Hi everyone, welcome back here on VCV Rack for another tutorial, for another music experience together. So what we will do today is to create a track in which we pretend to be a diver who swim deeper and deeper in the ocean. Because I think that swimming in the ocean can be compared to travel in our soul, to travel in an intimate and personal dimension. So here I already got all my ingredients. These sampled are extract from amateur diving videos. So it's a very, very simple stuff. And what I want to do is to fill up. You have to imagine the audio spectrum, and we have to fill it up with the different parts. So I have here my low frequency, my mid frequency, the texture, yes, that in this case will works as the higher part of the spectrum. And we have a character. So the character is basically a diver who is breathing, something like this. Yes, I already got my reverb patched. And this is very useful and can helps out to create a character you can identify with. So our brains say, who is breathing is me. So with these sounds, we immediately got a connection. The other sounds, the lower part, sounds like this. The mid frequency sounds like this. And our texture sounds like this. Okay, so this is the easier part, because I have to filter, I have to work a little bit on this sample for make it a little bit interesting. But what I want to do with you together today is to create something else. I want to is not enough, in my opinion, connect all these track in a mixer for create something that works. But I have to work a little bit deeper in the context of the ocean, and I want to create with modular some whale sound, some whales call that helps to create a more deeper ambience, to create something alive around me. So first of all, for do this, I will take a VCO. This guy from Erika Synths should works. I will take a filter. This guy here. I will take a delay. And I will take a VCA. This guy here. Yeah, I know that this part probably is a bit boring, but you should take this video as not... Oh. You have to take this video as something, as a friend who is taught to you. I need an envelope generator. Envelope generator. The one from Befaco, I like it. This very much. So let's try to see what is going on. So out. Let's pass in the delay. Right. Okay, like this. Okay, this is not exactly a whale sound. So I take caudal. This caudal is, I love this module who create a constant change in tension. And I use it for do this little trick or move the signal of our delay to create a vibrato. So let's try to change the waveform. Let's try to do this like this. I think it works. Now I need an LFO or modulate our filter. I take the one, this little module. Shut up. Slow. Pay attention to this little button that engage the slow mode. Okay. I love caudal module. I think that for ambient music is something, it's a must-have. And I don't know if exists something like this in hardware. I don't know, probably yes. I don't have a large range of hardware modules for the moment. So our whale is start to call. I need I want to change as well the modulation of this guy, of the VCO, pitch volt per octave. I take this. I take an out from caudal. Okay. I have to reduce this tension because like this is it's impossible to use a sound like this, in my opinion, for ambient music. I need a slow changing sounds. Yes, I think that could work as a whale call. But I want to do something deeper. Obviously, for the moment, the envelope generator is not engaged because I want to do something like this, duplicate all this situation. Shut up. So we will call all these modules whale 1, and this we will call whale 2. Whale 2. Yes. let's change the pitch a little bit. Let's change the parameter pretty randomly. Yeah, I should modulate this waveform as well with another caudal output. I modulate in a pretty random way the knobs for create a more interesting and unpredictable result. So I want to work on the pan now because I think this is very important. Is the key, is the main key for create something original. I want to take attenuator, offset this. Yes. Let's take a scope for take a look at what is going on here. So I take the sine wave. This is our main signal. I have to offset it for have the left and right part of my pan. If I don't do this, I will have my sound only in the right and not in the left. I take a copy and I do something like this. So in this way, I can have the same tension, but in exactly opposition. The second tension, the tension who pass here, is an exact inverted copy of the main signal, and this allows me to have to create a realistic whale call. For example, when the first whale will call to the right, to the left, the second whale will answer in the right, in another part of the spectrum, in another part of the stereo image. So I have a bit of difficulty with English, so I hope you understand. But now, for sure, we will clear. As you can hear, this sound now is bouncing from left to right, and the other is doing the exact opposite thing. Now we have to work on the envelope, and for do this I take an LFO as main clock. I take for do this I need a sequential switch. Sequential switch is a pretty unusual module. It's easier to see this in patch that involve percussion sounds or something like, but is not as usual in ambient music. So basically what a sequential switch does is to delay our signal. So I have to select two steps. So the first, when the trigger engage the module, attention is first speeded out here from the channel 1, and the second cycle we will speed out from the channel 2 and not from the channel 1, only from the channel 2, And this helps me to delay the sounds, to create a delayed copy of the trigger, who will pass in chance. That is a probability calculator, is a generator of probability. Should copy, yeah. Now, every now and then, our clock is engaged one time from the channel 1, one time from channel 2. And this guy, we will use this guy, this tension, to engage our envelope. With this knob, you can adjust the probability. Okay. I should adjust a bit, work a bit on the pitch. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Probably it's not the more realistic whale you have heard about. I think that one time that we build all the other stuff, it will works for sure. It have to be lower. Okay. Now, yeah, we will mix it at the end when all the other situation will be built. So now let's set to work another a little bit on the lower part of our spectrum using 2 filters. As always, I love VCV Rack filters. We will take a delay as usual, another caudal, it's free, VCA, okay. So let's do the connection. Filter in, low pass, left, low pass, right, left, right, channel to channel. Okay. Let's modulate a little bit these guys. Speed, reduce the speed, increase the energy. Let's do the connection. Open up our filters. Let's saturate a little bit the channels. Okay, okay. And we will do pretty much the same thing. sampler. Okay, the whale works. I can probably detune a little bit this for make it darker. Let's change this parameter. Okay. Let's increase a little bit this part, the higher part. Let's introduce our textures exactly in the same way. Copy and paste. As you can see, one time that you got your personal workflow, everything is easier. The good point is to have a good initial idea, to have a great starting point, and to select the right sample who match your idea. I can change the algorithm here. At last, our breathe, our character, the diver. Darth Vader. It reminds me a little bit of Vader. Here, for this sound, I can use not a full wet signal, something in the middle. And every now and then our whale is calling, and another answer. So for make the whole situation even darker, I can do something like this in an easier way as possible. Easier way as possible, I take a VCO, a standard VCO from VCV Rack core set. Example. this create a bass rumble that works as a glue for everything. Obviously, every now and then you can modulate the filters. You can even modulate the filter of your breathe. This wheel is too high. One time that you got everything on place, you can work on your mix. You can take attention from caudal and work on the filter opening. Automate the filter opening, for example, like this in a pretty random way. The last one. Yeah, I think it works. This whole situation can go for 1 hour and never will be boring, because every time something is changing, something new is getting in. Obviously, for a better result, you can even record a longer sample or create more creative modulation. This is just a starting point, a great starting point, I think, that use not too much CPU for create something very interesting, very strong, and that you can use as well in another musical context. This little trick, in my opinion, is very useful for sculpt the stereo image, and it's something that we don't think about too much. But ambient music made in a great way starts from this little detail. So guys, I hope you enjoyed these videos, and see you in another music experience together, and see you next time. Thanks guys.